Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's Richawd back with another video, man. Happy Sunday. I hope everybody doing solid, man. I'm chilling. Man, yesterday I was down bad, bro. I don't know what was going on, bro. I think it was bro, I think I gotta stop drinking milk, bro. Like, either I gotta stop drinking milk or I just gotta drink lactose-free milk, bro. Cause bro, tell me why I made a smoothie yesterday, bro. I filled it up with about maybe like a quarter of milk. I had my fruit in there, my black seed oil, my sea moss, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff, my honey, you know what I'm saying? I'm feeling good. I'm like, yeah, this gonna charge me up. Smoothies usually, clear my system out and, have me energized or whatever. And today I drank my smoothie and I'm feeling way better. Like I'm feeling energized. But bro, yesterday, hell no, boy. I made that smoothie, bro. My stomach was turning the whole day, nigga. Like, bro, I'm talking about farting on the toilet, burping. I'm like, yo, like I've always kind of been a little lactose intolerant, but god damn, like, bro, anybody who's lactose intolerant, nigga, like, it's like a certain level of lactose you can tolerate. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can have a little bit of lactose. Your stomach gonna be bugging a little bit, but it ain't gonna be too bad. But nigga, if I intake too much lactose, my shit gonna like it's like my whole day is screwed, bro. Like, good thing I ain't had work or none yesterday, nigga, because I would have been cooked, boy. I would have been that bitch. Word, bro. But yeah, so today is kind of my rest and recover day, you know what I'm saying? I'm just recovering from that shit, bro. Just building my system back up, boy, because I was on the toilet all motherfucking day, bro. That shit was trash. But I'm feeling much better today, bro. I think I just put I think it's just the milk, bro. No cap. Cause the smoothie I made today, bro, I made it with some lactose-free milk, bro, and my stomach is not turning like it was turning yesterday, bro. I'm talking about like instantly, like probably like 10-15 minutes after I drank my smoothie yesterday, bro. My shit get the bubbling up and shit, bro. I'm like, boy, what the hell? But yeah, man, I just had this topic on my mind, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because we got this great reset coming, bro, and a lot of people not ready for it, man. And y'all see the hang time, bro. Hey, y'all done seen the whole dreadlock journey, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, this is probably my favorite hairstyle, bro. Like, I had dreads. This is my third time having dreads. I had dreads when I was a little kid. Actually, the picture on my channel, if you click on my channel and click on that picture, that's a picture of me. I went to this Catholic school, bro. And they had a rule, you couldn't have long hair, bro. You had to be clean cut. So they made me cut my motherfucking dreads, bro. So motherfucking, my mom took that picture right before I cut my dreads, bro. That's why if you look at the picture, I look mad as hell, bro, because I loved my dreads, folks. But them niggas made me cut my shit. You know what I'm saying? A little lore behind the my profile pic for my channel. But yeah, click on my channel and click on that picture, bro. You will see it's me. That's me as a little boy. I was probably like 10, 11 years old, you feel me? Looking, it looked like a mug shot or whatever, but I was mad as hell. But yeah, man. But yeah, man, I'm getting hang time. But back to the topic of the video. And oh yeah, my bad, bro. My shit a little cloudy right now, but yeah, this is my favorite hairstyle, hands down. Like, I don't see myself ever cutting my dreads. Like, once my shit get like stupid long, bro, I'm gonna just trim that shit down, bro. But I don't know, bro. It's something about the dreads, bro. I love them, bro. Like, you feel me? Like, them boys moving, boy. Them Johns moving, bro. On my mama. But yeah, man. To the topic of the video, it's gonna be quick and sweet, bro. I'm finna go pick up some breakfast for the fam. It really ain't breakfast. It's more like brunch. You feel me? It should be ready like in 5 minutes or something like that. So I'm gonna keep this video short. But the place like right around the corner, so I'm good. But yeah, man, it's a great reset coming, bro. I seen somewhere that a lot of these companies have been firing Gen Zers at a high rate. They've been firing Gen Zers for lack of professionalism, laziness, tardiness. Like, a lot of these jobs, they tired of the BS, bro. Like, no bullshit. They tired of the BS, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's like a double-edged sword, because it's like these jobs is tired of the Gen Zers and the Gen Zers is tired of the jobs, bro. You know what I'm saying? But this is why the great reset is coming, bro. I think what has happened, bro, a lot of Gen Zers, we are spoiled, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like, me personally, like, you know, one can say I was a little spoiled coming up, you know, like I pretty much had whatever I wanted for the most part, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like the basic necessities, like, you know, I grew up middle class. So just like any middle class household, you go through phases and periods in your life where, you know, things may be hard. You know what I'm saying? You may be struggling for a little bit, but the necessities were always taken care of. You know what I'm saying? Like I always had food to eat, always had a home to go to. I always had my own, for the most part, my own room. Like once I got to a certain, when I was a little boy, I used to share a room. But once I got to a certain age, my mom was like, yeah, you can't be in the same room with your sisters. Like y'all need your privacy, this, that, and the third. So my sisters would share a room and I would always get a room to myself. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, bro, like we are a little spoiled, bro. Like we got social media, bro. We got advancements in technology, bro. Like, you know, we got all this shit on the internet distracting us, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, a lot of our folks, man, like they hard work done made life mad easy for us, bro. Like, let's be real, bro. Like a lot of us folk, like if you still at your parents' crib or whatever, like, you know, like, you feel me? Like you got that security, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got that security knowing like, all right, if this job goes south, I'm gonna be straight. Like I've always had that security, like at any job, like, all right, if this job goes south, I got security. Like I can always go home to my folks. You know what I'm saying? So in that degree, I have been kind of spoiled because, you know, some people, they don't have that. You know what I'm saying? Like if their job goes south, they can't go home to moms, or they just got too much pride to go home to moms. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I am blessed to be in that type of situation. And there's a lot of Gen Zers in that situation. You know, your parents, rather they was a boomer or whatever, you know, they came up in a different time, a different economy. They worked hard. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, they hard work has led to your life being way easier than theirs, which it should be. You know, your kids should live an easier life than you. You know, a lot of people talk about Bronny. I've talked a little bit about Bronny, but at the end of the day, he's living an easier life than his dad. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it should be, folks. You know, it just is what it is. But the point I want to get to, like I said, it's going to be a quick video. I got to go pick up this food. Gen Zers tired of these jobs tired of Gen Zers. Now, one thing I've noticed, Gen Z, they're less willing to really work hard, you know, to really put in that extra mile, you know. And the reason why previous generations worked hard, because like I said, they didn't quite have that security like we do. And also it's a lot of different ways that we can make passive income now, and other ways of income. Like say you got a car, or say your parents have multiple cars and you can use one of their cars, or you just got a car, you know, you can Uber Eats, you know, you can Instacart, you can DoorDash, you know, all type of shit you can be doing to make a little extra bread on the side. You understand what I'm saying? So back in previous generations, they didn't really have all these options. You know, you can become a YouTuber and make money off of YouTube. Like, that wasn't an option back in the day. You know what I'm saying? If you wanted to be seen by people on you know, on the camera or whatever, you know, you really had to get put on by somebody. You had to get signed by somebody or work for somebody. Nowadays, you don't got to work for nobody. You just cut the camera on, pop your shit, and yeah, you know. So we have been spoiled in a lot of ways, bro. And we are a lot more rebellious, I would say. You know, we're a lot more rebellious. You know, we're not the type of generation where you're just gonna tell us to do. If you tell us to do something and it doesn't make sense to us, we're gonna rebel. You know, rather we right or wrong. If it don't make sense to us, we're gonna rebel. Like that whole respect your elderly shit. Like it's been a disconnect with our generation, I would say. Like, we question our elderlies now because, you know, no disrespect, we see how they've been moving in certain shit. We like, bro, like you you know, it's just certain shit, bro. Like, you know, the food we eat and just certain shit we've been indoctrinated with. Like if you tapped in with certain different information, bro, you know, you'll really be like, man, like, do y'all really know what's best for us? Like it's that type of energy with, you know, Gen Zers with the older generations, you know. And you know, you can even see it with sports. I mean, it's just no respect for the previous generations. I'll put it like that, to keep it short and sweet. It's really a disconnect between the previous generation and the current generation. It's a lot of hatred on both sides. The young niggas be hating on the old heads. The old heads be hating on the young niggas. They swear they don't be hating on us, bro, but they be hating like a motherfucker, boy. I swear. And that's really the problem, you know what I'm saying? And whenever, when you don't feel like you getting love from somebody, it's like F them after a while, you know what I'm saying? Like, if y'all just gonna continue to hate on me and nitpick me, all right, bet. We finna start hating and nitpicking back, you feel me? And, that's when that pride kicks in. The old heads, they never gonna give in. They never gonna say they wrong. They never gonna say the young niggas was right, because they the old head. They supposed to be superior. They supposed to have all this wisdom and all this life experience. But it's a lot of young niggas like, shit, I got this internet, this, that, and the third. Y'all ain't had the internet. Y'all ain't have all this information like we got, nigga. We smarter than y'all, nigga. Like, word, like, I'll say Gen Z, we a little arrogant. You know what I'm saying? We, for better or for worse, we feel like we know what's best, So what's going to end up happening, Richawd? What's your point in saying all of this? I think it's gonna bring a great reset, bro, because these jobs need workers, bro. They can talk all this AI shit all they want, bro. They need workers, bro. It's a shortage in almost every essential field. It's a shortage of truckers. It's a shortage of carpenters. It's a shortage of electricians. It's a shortage of teachers. It's shortages. It's a shortage of plumbers. You understand? So something is going to have to give. That's why I feel like the economy is going to where it's going, because what happens when the economy is so bad and when people are struggling and when people are desperate, they're going to become more willing to work these jobs and work them hard and come on time and leave late, because if you come late, that's less money. If you leave early, that's less money. A lot of these young niggas, they don't really care about that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, they've been spoiled. But if you start making shit hard and shit get real gruesome out here, people gonna grind a lot harder. The reason why previous generations grinded as hard as they grinded, because they had to, bro. They had to. If you wanted to have a decent fit on, some decent clothes, you understand, you had to get out and grind, bro. Like, that's just what it was, So I feel like our generation, we're a little spoiled because, we don't really have to go as hard because we got the security of our parents. And that's not to say generations of the past didn't have the security of their parents, but things was just a little different back then. It was just a little different. Things didn't really cost as much and all this other shit. So what I think the solution is, bro, like, for all the young niggas, bro, like, we got to start, if you didn't go to college, or if you went to college and your degree not really paying nothing, or the job you got, you not really too excited about, you just got to take pride in whatever you do. That's what I've learned. Whether you like a job, whether you don't like a job, you got to take pride in what you do and try to do it to the best of your ability. Try to make yourself an asset. Try to make yourself stand out. Try to work your way up. Don't be stagnant. Don't be complacent. Don't get comfortable with just having enough money to, buy some decent clothes and, kick it from here and there. You want to strive for better, And I feel like a lot of us, we've become a little complacent because we're comfortable. We got that security. You know what I'm saying? We don't got rent to pay. We don't got all this other shit to worry about. Like I said, it's a double-edged sword. Like I said, the goal is to make things easier for your kids, but then when you make shit easier for your kids, sometimes your kids don't work as hard. So it's also a parenting thing. You can't really spoil kids too much. You got to make them work also. You gotta teach them the values of earning things. You know what I'm saying? That's also important. Like, my parents, they help out as needed. But do I just go to them for any and everything? Hell no. I only go to them when I need their help. You know what I'm saying? If I can get it on my own, I get it on my own. You understand? Like, that's just how I move, My sisters, they the same way. Like, they don't really come to my parents for shit unless they need something, For the most part, they go out and they find a way to get that shit on their own. Like, that's just how we was raised, to be go-getters, you feel me? To work hard, and to try to be the best at whatever you do. But we like 15 minutes in, this car about hot as hell. we got this bipolar ass weather. It's like 70 something today, bro. But tomorrow it's gonna be a high of like 50. And I think it's gonna go down to like the 30s. Like Midwest, Chicago, Indiana weather, bro, it fluctuates, bro. But eventually we gonna be hitting like that good weather where it's like 60, 70, 80 degrees every day, you know. But yeah, man, that's just the point I wanted to get out, bro. Like, there's a huge disconnect with these jobs, and a lot of these jobs is just fed up, and they getting rid of a lot of Gen Zers. They're hesitant to hire Gen Zers, you know, because a lot of Gen Zers, they come into these jobs with entitlement, you know, and they not really willing to work hard. They're not professional. You know, you got people be doing all type of shit on the job, you know. I don't need to be exposing all that, but people be doing all type of shit on the job that's just not professional, bro. You know, and they're trying to clean that up and bring back a more professional environment, which I think is a good thing. It's good for business. You know, it's bad for business when you have unprofessional workers representing your company. You know what I'm saying? It's a trickle down effect. It's like when you go to these fast food restaurants, even though we really shouldn't be eating that shit. But if you go to these fast food restaurants, like usually the customer care isn't the best. And like I said, that's that trickle down effect when you allow poor behavior, you know, and when you normalize poor behavior, you know, now everybody's acting that way, or now nobody feels the need to go the extra mile or work hard, you know. So it's just got to be people that lead by example, because, you know, a lot of people, you know, they're followers, you know. So if you go on a job and you're the type of person, you're not a follower, and you're not going to be slacking because everybody else is slacking. You're not going to be BSing because everybody else is BSing. You go into that motherfucker, you do your job, and you do your job well, I promise you, whether people say it or not, you're going to secretly inspire them. You're going to secretly have them thinking like, damn, this motherfucker be here on time every day, working hard, and I be in this bitch slacking. Like, what's my excuse? You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker the same age as me, this, that, and the third. Like, you feel me? So I would say, like, just be the example, bro. Like, don't be like the pack, bro. Just because everybody think it's cool to be rebellious and break the rules and be unprofessional, like, cool, they can act that way, but it's consequences for that, you know? Thought I had a booger. Do I? Ugh. Anyway. It's consequences for that, bro. You know, it's consequences for that. And usually followers, they always fall with the crowd, you know, and a leader, you know, you always see what's coming. You see the fall before it comes, and, you know, you start building your bridge, you know. Everybody else, they ain't think to build a bridge, you know. They just follow in the crowd, right to the goddamn hill and fall off the damn hill, you know. You a leader, so you you feel me? You thinking differently, bro. You know, hopefully y'all catch my analogy. Like I said, my brain a little clouded today, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like I said, today's just my R&R day, rest and recover. You feel me? But I did want to get a quick video out today. I gotta go pick up this food. But it's a great recession coming, bro. It's a great reset coming, bro. I hope y'all know that. And what I'm gonna leave y'all with, man, look into trades, bro. You know, look into things that pay money, you know, look into AI, look into computer programming if you're good at that. But not everybody's going to be into the computer programming shit. Look into hands-on work. They always going to need hands-on workers. You understand? Like, look into things like that, bro. You feel me? And you'll be straight, bro. You'll be straight, you know? And, you know, one last thing, like, don't be out here losing your mind over females, bro. You know, females can rock your world if you know what I mean. What Michael Jackson say? My life would never be the same, 'cause girl, you came and changed the way I walk, the way I talk. I cannot explain these things I feel for you. And girl, you know it's true. So stay with me, fulfill my needs, and I'll be all you need. You know, a female can really rock your world, in the words of Michael Jackson, bro. You know, so you just gotta be careful with that, bro. You know, raise your discernment, understand the times you living in. And, you know, don't get your heart broken by a 304, bro. You know, once you peep a 304 as a 304, understand most 304s, they soulless, bro. You understand? They live for self, completely for self. So why would you let someone like that hurt you? You know, Someone like that, you know, you just got to charge that shit to the game and be like, damn, I should have been more wise. I should have recognized the signs. I know sometimes it'd be hard to recognize the signs, but that's also why a lot of Gen Zers is down bad and being unprofessional at jobs. Like, I notice a lot of the people that are more professional at jobs, they got either a girl or they got women or they got goddamn kids and stuff like that, you know? A lot of these Gen Zers at their jobs crashing out. You ain't got no girl, bro. You ain't got no girl to rock your world. The way I walk, the way I talk, how you walking different, talking different, speaking different around this bitch. You feel me? A lot of y'all ain't got that, you know? Shit, I ain't got that right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and I've crashed out at jobs, and 9 times out of 10, if you know, if it was other shit in place, I probably wouldn't have crashed out. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing, bro. Like, you know, put things into perspective, bro. Like, you know, I'm trying to think how I'm trying to say this, you know. I don't know. We 20 minutes in, though. I wanted this to be a shorter video. This damn heat fucking my head up, bro. It'd be hard for me to concentrate when I get hot and sweating and shit. You feel me? But yeah, man, like, be stronger, bro. Don't be out here simping over no 304. It's a lot of dudes, bro. Y'all got y'all heart broken by a 304, bro. By somebody you should have knew from the beginning. Like, it's your turn, enjoy your turn, and that's that. Move on, keep it pushing, bro. Like, there's so many dudes out here simping over a 304, bro. Like, why, bro? Like, she not wifey material, bro. She's for the streets, bro. Like, just be happy you had a turn with her, bro. Like, yeah, she out here bouncing on folks shit, on bro shit, on bro shit, on bro. Like, you feel me? That's just what it is, bro, you know? I know when you met her, she was all innocent and shit. That's the game, bro. They act all sweet and innocent. They all act the same way, you know? But on some player shit, like, once you start really understanding the game, bro, like, you see through all that, bro. Like, I'm at a point, bro, all that sweet talking shit, like, you got to show me. You know, you ain't finna tell me nothing. You got to show me. Because there's a lot of manipulation. There's a lot of shit going on with the words and shit like that. You can... I really don't care what females, just people in general. I don't care what you say. I care what you do. You know, and females, they going to show you through their actions the type of time and they on, bro. You just got to pay attention. A lot of niggas ain't pay attention. It was a lot of females, I ain't pay attention to certain signs, or I was simping so bad I ignored those signs. You know what I'm saying? Thinking, you know what I'm saying? Thinking I'm special and goddamn, I'm going to be the exception. You're not going to be the exception, big dog. If she was on some 304 shit back in the day, she probably on some 304 shit now. If she telling you about her ex, red flag. I don't want to hear about your ex. All type of shit, bro. If she's telling you about her 304 stories, she ain't the one, nigga. She's just grooming you so you can, you know what I'm saying, so she can see what type of time you on with her, you know. But yeah, man, I just had to say that right quick. But I'm gonna just leave this video right here. It's a lot more that I feel I can say, but I think my brain a little too clouded right now for all that. But yeah, man, I'm gonna continue with this R&R. I'm finna go pick up this food, and yeah, man, we finna chill, man. Watch some NCAA and kick back today, bro. Peace.